Hi guys! So in this video I thought I would make based on my trip to New York City, the things I liked and I didn't like about New York City. But before I carry on, I feel like I have to mention this because I am beyond excited about it. And 2 days ago I found out that I'm going to Scotland and I'm going to Ireland. So we're going for 3 days Scotland, 3 days Ireland. I'm going with Jordan's mom. Jordan's going, his dad's going, and his whole family in Scotland lives there. So I love his family to bits, so I'm so excited to see them. I haven't seen them for about 3 years, so it's been a while. So let me not blabber on, let me just get into this video. Okay, things I liked or didn't like. Which one should I start with? Things I didn't like. Okay, let's start with things I didn't like. I feel like when I was in New York, I hated the walking. Maybe because in South Africa I'm not used to walking because you can't walk anywhere. But my feet were honestly so sore because stupid me decided to wear my brand new boots on the day that we walk in 100 kilometers. So good for you, well done Bianca. Then the second thing I didn't like was I always felt so claustrophobic because in the subway everyone sits next to you, sits on top of you, in the lifts, everywhere. In the shops there's lines for so long, so I didn't like that because who likes being claustrophobic? I mean, come on. Then this is a funny one because my first view of New York City was when me and Kim got off the subway and we walked out onto the street. I think it's 42nd 43rd Street. No, 41st Street. Okay, so we walked out onto 41st Street, and my first view was of a hobo gargling coffee and vomiting it all over the floor. He literally missed me by 3 inches. I'm not joking. I have a video of it. I'm gonna try some footage into this video if I can. He just vomited. No way. Then I didn't like the fact that the subways get so full. When I went to London, the subways were full, but I feel like they weren't as full as the ones in New York. At peak hour, London is absolutely crazy. You guys have to hold all the poles and stand up against the wall, hold each other like this. In New York City, it's insane. People sit on laps, hold poles. It is just so crazy. I hated the subway. Hated it. Then I also didn't like the fact that there were always queues for restaurants. You can't just go to a restaurant, sit down and be there's a time limit. You can be at a restaurant for no longer than an hour. And if you want to go to a good restaurant, you have to stand in a line, and the lines take so long. So we mostly just ate takeaways most of the time. Also, I didn't like the fact that the shops are so small, the apartments are so small, the subway stations are so small. Everything is just so small in New York City. We got lost all the time. Wherever we went, so if we went to Central Park, we'd get off the train, walk around in circles, and even though the Central Park was right there, we would still get lost. I wasn't even blonde then, but me and Kim just weren't a good team traveling around New York City. So hopefully Ireland and Scotland isn't as bad as how it was in New York. Then, this is weird, okay? The toilets are just so weird in New York. I know this is random, but their toilet bowls, their water is filled to the brim. So it's like a fish bowl. It's why? Why have your toilet filled to the top with water? I just didn't get it. It confused me. Every single time I went to the bathroom, I came out, I was like, Kim, why is it like this? I was just so confused. It's just so confusing. And then, speaking of bathrooms, when you are in New York, there is no bathrooms anywhere. I think they actually created an app now, find me a bathroom, near where I am. Because if you are in New York, there are no bathrooms. There's the only bathrooms in restaurants and Starbucks, but you have to go and eat at the restaurant in order to use the bathroom. You can't just go into hotels. It is just a disaster. I think we spent most of our time our first day in New York just looking for a bathroom. So that was very frustrating. Sirens were always going off 24/7. So we were literally 42nd Street, which is what Times Square is. Times Square is 42nd Street, and we were No, we were, okay, well, we were the street going this way, Times Square goes like that, we were like this, okay? So sirens were going off all the time, all hours of the morning. So at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you'll hear a siren. In a way, I liked it. In a way, I didn't like it. I put it in the don't like list because I feel like after the third night, like you actually get fed up with hearing the sirens because you don't sleep properly. So you're grumpy by the third day. Another thing was when I went into Times Square, they have these guys, these Mexican guys dressed up, and they dress up as like all the like superheroes and stuff, and you can take photos with them in Times Square. So I say to Kim, okay, I give him my camera, and these guys say, do you want a photo? So I'm like, sure. Okay, so I go stand for the photo, and I'm smiling. They take the photo, everything, it looks great. And he goes, literally as I'm standing there smiling, taking the photo, he says to me, oh, by the way, this is $15. Now Kim has already taken the photo, so you can't like go and delete the photo now and say, not that I would have, but I'm just saying, like, $15 for a photo. They should tell you that before. That's how they get you. So just learn from my mistake and don't just go and stand next to the first guy you see in a costume and be like, oh, this is going to be such a good photo, because he will charge you. We were at the harbour. For New Year's, we went on a cruise around the Hudson River, and we went to Lady Liberty and we watched all the fireworks go off there. We were going to go to Times Square, but it's like people lined up for like a day before, sleeping there. So we knew if we were going to go, we were going to be standing in the freezing cold, like rain, snow, like I just couldn't do it. Neither could Kim. So we just scratched that out and we said, okay, we'll go on a cruise and we'll go to Times Square afterwards. So after our cruise, we walked up to Times Square. So we went to 42nd Street, and the lady was, the security guards there were like, no, sorry, you can't come in here, you have to walk down to 43rd Street. Now it's not streets, these streets are blocks. They are absolutely massive, like maybe a kilometer or two a block. Okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating. Okay, no, maybe I'm not over exaggerating, it was that long. So then we get to 43rd Street and these guards are like, no, you must go down to the next street. So we're like, half an hour walking already, so now we have to walk down to the other block. So I'm like, Kim wanted to go home, we were both tired, we were both hungry. I'm like, no, we are going to the street, we are getting in here. So we walk down to the next street, we get there, and the guards are like, sorry, no, go down another street. I was like, what? Like, we just walked an hour and a half in the freezing cold, hungry, tired, just so that we could come in here and see Demi Lovato and Taylor Swift and everyone, and now you guys are just sending us around the block each time. So now at this time it was about 2:30, so we decided we were just going to go home. We were honestly so tired, everything was closed. So we got home, we went to bed at about like 4:30. But yeah, so also don't walk around and try to get into Times Square on New Year's because it's just impossible. Then the things I do like. The things I do like is the food. They have so much variety. Like, all we ate was basically fast food. So when I went to Central Park the one day, I had fries, they call them fries, with mince and cheese melted cheese on top of it. And it was so good. I'm hungry, guys. I also like the fact how everyone walked around. In South Africa, people don't walk around much unless you are in a very safe residential area with like booms and security guards, because it is very likely that you will get mugged. I mean, I'm putting it lightly. Shops were open until late. Okay, that was another one. So at like midnight, you could go shop at H&M in Times Square if you wanted to, or Forever 21 or M&M World or whatever. It would all be open at midnight. Like, how insane is that? And their shops aren't like our Mr. Price and our like small shops here. They are massive. Like, the Forever 21 was like 3 floors, and the floors were huge, like double the size of Mr. Price Eastgate. That was, okay, double the size of Mr. Price Eastgate. No, triple the size. That was 1 floor, and then there was still another 2. There was safe public transport. I wrote that because I know we have Uber and Gautrain, but it's just not as consumer friendly as it is over there. Like, it is so cheap to just get on a subway and you'll be there in 2 seconds. Like, the taxis aren't very efficient because you are stuck in traffic for so long, but the subways are so cool. Like, you can walk wherever you want, it's so quick, it's so cheap. So yeah, I like that a lot. I also like the independence. Like, the one day we went out drinking, me and Kim, because I wasn't 21, I was 19. and she was like a bit hungover the next day. So I decided that I was going to go travel around Times Square by myself. I literally went around Manhattan by myself, like shopping, getting breakfast, and I felt so safe. Like I was not nervous one time. And in South Africa, if I walk down the road here, like I get nervous, I get anxious, I just want to go home because I'm so scared that I'll ever get mugged or whatever. I know this sounds crazy, but it is. I do have bad anxiety when it comes to crime in South Africa. So I really did appreciate how I felt so safe there. Then I loved the Broadway show. We went to go watch Kinky Boots. I don't know if it's still showing, but it was so amazing. The actors, the costumes, the songs, it was just, if you go to New York, you have to watch a Broadway show. It is quite expensive, and we did stand in a line in Times Square for about like half an hour, 45 minutes. Apparently that was a short line, like we hardly waited. So they can get quite long. And so yeah, definitely go see a Broadway show. Then for the people who know me would know that I'm obsessed with Clicks and Dis-Chem. I can sit shopping for makeup, I'm not joking, and not buy anything. I can still go walk around and shop for something for like an hour, if not more, like maybe 3 hours. So the fact that they had a CVS at every single corner in Manhattan, I was blown away, because the first night I got to New Jersey, my friend Allison took me to a CVS at like 10:30 at night, and I was shopping for makeup at 10:30 at night. I was so excited, I can't tell you. So when I saw them in New York, I was at CVS every single day, and Starbucks. So speaking about Starbucks, we went there about 2-3 times a day because we didn't have it in South Africa back then. Well, not back then, like a few months ago. So I went to Starbucks. Whenever I went to Starbucks, I had, let me try to remember this, an iced venti soy chai. Okay, so that's a big one. And then I had the white chocolate mocha with a chocolate chip cookie, and they heat them up so they're so soft. But now that they have a Starbucks here, I try to go all the time, but they're still not very close to me. So it's not very easy to get back and forth from there. Okay, and this was one of my favorite things. In South Africa, obviously, we still have McDonald's, but our breakfast menu ends at, I think, 10:30 or 11:30. In America, it's 24 hours. So I went there, I think, at 12:30, and I could get my breakfast muffin at 12:30. I was so excited because normally I wake up too late, or we can never get there in time to get the breakfast. So that the fact that they had that at this McDonald's, I was like, yes, please. Why don't they just start that here? Why do they make it end? I don't understand. Like, if they made it 24 hours here, they would be making a lot more money off of me, because that's the only thing I eat from there. So yeah. Okay. The Forever 21 was so big. Okay, Forever 21 was my shop in America. That is the only place I liked. H&M, we have H&M here. The H&M there was quite amazing because it's so big. You can literally see H&M from like what's it called? The Hudson River. When we were on the cruise, we could see H&M. Forever 21 was my favorite. I don't even want to get started on Forever 21. That's where I spent most of my money, you guys. And now the clothes don't fit me. Like the one top's too big and the other one's got a stain on it. So it's so frustrating. And then the last thing is, everything is so close to each other. So like we went to Times Square, then we went to Bryant Park. Bryant Park was amazing. They have the skating rink, and you can see the Empire State Building. And then we went from there, we walked down to Fifth Avenue, and Wall Street's there as well. So you can walk all the way down. You can walk to Empire State Building, Central Park, like everything's so near each other. Okay, when you're walking, it doesn't feel so close, but it really is so close, and it's not like you have to go and get a train for everything. So that was nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, please will you like and subscribe to my videos, you guys, because I really appreciate it so much. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.